What's going on, Egyptian? We're just about to get started here in a bit. What's up, fam bam? What's up, guys? A lot has gone on throughout the day today. I mean, at first it was the Steam machine pricing, and then GTA 6 is now. We finally got some decent screenshots. No trailer 3 just quite yet. We also got Amazon Prime deals going. Man, this week is just packed. They just want us to spend all our money this week. Nice. Awesome. Excited to see what you post up. What's up, fam bam? What's up, guys? If you're unfamiliar with who I am, I'm Chris Mizo. I usually talk about PC and tech. And what we're going to talk about today, what's up, Bradley? Great to see you. We're going to talk about Steam machine pricing. Of course, we got Steam Frame that's going to come out soon. It's going to be inevitable. We kind of seen a flashback of this back with the FCC when they were going through all the documents. We got some of the information from the Steam machine, and more than likely, we're going to end up seeing the Steam Frame within a couple weeks from now. Wasabi, what's going on? Great to see you. I'm still setting up my PC. I actually just turned it on. It's been quite a insane week, I gotta say. I thought it was going to be like 600. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people did. A lot of people thought the Steam machine was going to be a lot cheaper. And to tell you the truth, I think Valve was going to aim for that price point. They wanted to aim to be competitive, even with up to the console range. But unfortunately, they can't be competitive due to the whole AI surge. As you all know, when it comes to PC hardware, it's expensive. There's no getting around it. It's inevitable. There's no way you're going to be able to purchase RAM or SSDs or any type of DRAM or any type of SSDs. Anything that has to do with memory, it's just going to be expensive. So Hidden Bull says fireworks are pretty expensive. Makes me wonder if they... Oh yeah, it's gone up that dramatically? That's insane. Rough week, and it's not even done yet. Steam Machine and GTA 6. Hey, they just want us to spend. But there is one silver lining, though. I can say, at least like when it comes to GTA 6, at least it's not as expensive as many thought it was going to be. I mean, we originally pinpointed it to a $80 base package, which was accurate on that side. But at least when it comes to the collectors, not really a collector's edition, I guess they call them more of the expansion packs with everything built in for $100. So there's not going to be any type of third tier where it's going to be a $200 pack. One of the things that many people are certainly disappointed about is the fact that GTA 6 does not come with the actual physical game. So if you do have a PlayStation 5 or a Xbox Series X, don't expect to have a disc when you open up the box. Unfortunately, it's going to just pretty much have a code in there just to say, hey, put in this code. Then you're pretty much good to go. What's up, Dark Style? Great to see you. I heard a old legend that of old people when people could let me reread this again. Let me clear it up here. I heard a time in the legend of old when people could cheap RAM, and now the AI destroyed it all. So if you want to lend the ear, I'll tell you the story. Yeah. Oh, okay, I gotcha. Yeah, I mean, that makes perfect sense. Pretty soon you're going to start hearing definitely legends about it. They will start making music on it because it's that terrible. Hopefully it doesn't last as SK Hynix originally slated, and they said that it was going to even possibly last till 2030. More than likely, that's not going to happen. And I gotta say, if anyone follows the stock market, it's been truly interesting. Let me actually switch over to the browser mode so I can share a bit more info with you guys. So I want to share this with you guys first because I truly find this more interesting more than anything here, which is going to be the stock price of Nvidia. If you guys have been following the stock market, it's been pretty much plummeting, but now it's starting to kind of rebound, but it hasn't truly rebounded to the levels that it once was, where it hit as a high of $230. So could this be a possible indication that there is some that it's actually starting to get worn? Is all the here's the controversial part, I should say. I'm gonna go over to browsing side here and let me. Oh, my fault, guys. I don't have the chat open so you guys can see. So I'm gonna switch over here so you guys can see what I'm looking at here. And if you take a look at Nvidia, take a look at this. So it's at 199.14 a share. And originally, I'll show you what it looked like about a month ago. It hit like about a high of 224, actually even went close, I believe even higher, like about 230. And it's ever since then, it's been like dropping down. I know this is a very, very poor chart that's pretty much drawn out by Google. I'll go in a different site to show you better and more clear image of what's actually happening if I show you a year. Obviously it's high right here, like 235 was its high, and that was like back in May 14th was the last time it reached that level, and ever since then it's down to the decline. So is this possibly going to be the downfall of AI? Is it just silent because we're not just quite seeing it just quite yet? So AMD Ryzen 9800X3D, 32 gigabytes, and you also have RTX 5080. Awesome. That's an awesome combination. And are you planning to, and I'm assuming you already have Windows 11 and everything installed, and this is for your PC. What's up, Z-Man? Great to see you. Next month, I might be able to get at least 80% of the parts required for this. Oh, that's awesome. What's left? What's all that you need, Wasabi? Trading, yes, I agree. TradingView is best. That's usually where I go. And in fact, that's what I will look for. Usually that's one of the first ones that actually come up here. Okay, let's take a look. This is like going to be the perfect way. We're going to go into full chart mode so you can see it even better, because at least I got the candles here. I don't mean to blind everybody out there. I know it's super, super bright. I don't have it on dark mode on this specific browser, but here, let me just show you guys what's going on. I'm going to kind of get over here on the stock pricing. And this is going to be based on, this is going to be a yearly chart. So this is a yearly chart, and it's going day by day practically. And the highest it's ever reached was about Thursday, which was, again, Thursday, 14th of May, 2026. And then ever since then, you can see pretty much the decline there. It dropped all the way down to 199. So now, of course, this isn't a stock channel. This isn't supposed to be stock advice, but this is an indication where you are seeing falling candles, which is a positive sign for a negativity for when it comes to AI and investors. So I decided to make. Yeah, do it. I think it would actually hit. I think it would do very well if you did that. I think you're on the money. The stock analysis that I was watching on YouTube is looking at the same trends, and I think that AI crash is imminent. Yes, and it certainly seems like that right now. Again, I'm not doing this for stock advice or anything like that, but anybody that follows stocks, usually when it hits around this level, this is usually, I can't think of the name right now. This is usually the resistance level. Not resistance, the other word. Not resistance, but I can't think of the word. It's a resistance level for it to go down. So if it goes below this number here, which is like roughly that 199, if it falls below that, then more than likely you can expect it to continue falling. And that means it could drop even further down to probably about here. So about 185. So if it continues falling, that's a very good sign on for us, for people who do want to purchase hardware. I know it sucks in the stock market side, like if you have anything invested into Nvidia, whether you have shares or whether you trade contracts. I know that can be rough unless you're trading on to the put side of things. But anyway, um, this is very good news. This means more than likely we could see an end to this upcoming trend, and this is just early to predict. If it continues this way, we'll have a really good indication by the next week. The more accurate a stock chart usually is once it's like about like every week if you follow it, I'd say it's like the more accurate way instead of going day by day. But for then, we'll have a good indication if truly AI will certainly drop down. So electricity will be the downfall of AI. You've seen the different ways they've been trying to cool the servers and everything. Nvidia rode the wave to the market, but none of it actually threatens them as a company. They are still solidified. Yes, they of course they are. I mean, you're talking about they are still a $1 trillion company, and it's of course they're solid, but that doesn't mean that they could continue standing. It's like all great empires eventually fall. You take a look at Rome. Of course, you have this great empire. Eventually, everybody thought was unstoppable, and Nvidia could be the same exact way. I mean, there's a lot of companies out there that you thought once were unstoppable, could eventually fall, and it happens to all of them. So, what's the 200? I would love to go into stocks with you guys, but that might bore some of you guys. So let me go to more of the exciting things instead of just talking stocks. Well, we could always do stock talks another day for sure. I would love to do it with you guys. But let's go to Grand Theft Auto 6 here, and let's see what they do offer. And if you guys got to see it, pretty much all the photos and everything are from the website itself. They now have this. They have this like video of Lucia and Jason together, and now they have the Ultimate Edition where you pretty much see all the photos here of GTA 6. So, if you check the NVIDIA liquidation heat map, the pump was liquid. Oh, really? So some of the shorts are getting squeezed. Oh, okay. I mean, that certainly makes sense if that's the case. So that means the float's pretty high. I would imagine the float's pretty high on NVIDIA then. So I would like to have a 5080 Super, but that is all. So generally feeling optimistic today, I guess. Yeah, I mean, at least we can be a bit optimistic. The one negative thing I do have to say is because now GTA 6 has pretty much set a base price of $80. That's, of course, not a surprise. We kind of have a good indication that they were planning to rise up the prices, to rise the pricing for GTA 6. I mean, the internet, it's kind of hard to keep secrets away from it. If you guys remember, people were asking questions like, would you pay $100 for GTA 6? And that was probably like the one of the top questions that you would get about GTA 6, and many people said yes. So of course, Rockstar knows that they have that type of leverage, and they took advantage of it. And of course, any company that wants to make profits can fully do that. They have the $80 version, and of course, ironically, you have the $100 version, which is the Ultimate Edition, where you pay $100. So they certainly did listen, I gotta say. So, like with the 4080 and the 4080 Super, 5080 Super needs to be lower priced. I do agree. And the reasoning for that, 40 series is really truly an odd series when it comes to the RTX line, because the thing about the RTX series, especially the 40 series, that was like one of the most disliked series originally from Nvidia, and then the 50 series was even disliked even more, and we thought that wouldn't even be possible. But eventually people started adapting and started liking it because they saw that the capabilities of the 40 series and the 50 series. Now, the main reason why people disliked the RTX 40 series was because of the pricing. It was because the RTX 4080 originally was priced at $1,200 no, not even $1,299, so $1,300 for the RTX 4080, and people pretty much refused to buy it. In fact, they didn't really truly have trouble selling the 4080. They actually still had shelves full of 4080s because they just felt it was too expensive. But then when you look at the 50 series and they released the RTX 5080, then they dropped down the price point down to $1,000 for the Founders Edition. And then, of course, when you have the other AIBs and other manufacturers that put on their fans or put in their RGBs and their fancy heat sinks, then they bring up the pricing because they have to charge for it. They have to make some sort of profit off of it. Unfortunately, a lot of these AIBs don't make a ton of profit off of selling NVIDIA cards. But yeah, I do agree 4080s should lower in price. And the only way that's going to happen is if there's going to be more of a massive surplus of 50 series and also eventually a 50 super line if that does happen, or if 60 series line. So Bradley got a IPS monitor, upgraded OLED monitor. That's awesome. What are the GPU requirements for? That's hard to say. We don't truly know. Of course, when it comes to this, I do want to show you guys this. Let me see if I can find it in a fast way. So I'm going to go into look for Rockstar, and we can look in Prime Day in a bit. We're going to look at Rockstar's GTA 6 on PlayStation. And the reason why I wanted to bring this up, because they kind of give you an indication of what you can expect out of it. There's going to be two different modes for GTA 6, which is going to be performance mode, and you're going to have a quality mode. So they do consider, let's see if it's in here. It's more specific, I believe. They have a PS5 Pro enhanced version right here. So because it's PS5 Pro enhanced, there's no true indication to let you know if it's going to be at 60 or at 30 frames. Some people truly believe that they're going to pull off 4K 60 on an open world game such as GTA 6. If they manage to do that, I would say that is some incredible game development. But more than likely, I am feeling that we're going to see more. They're going to try 60 for sure. But I would say like we're probably more likely going to see like the 40, 45 level. And I'm talking quality level. I believe in performance mode. If you put it strictly onto performance mode instead of quality, then I believe that 4K 60 would be possible. But if you go full out quality and you want to take advantage of the PSSR, then you would. I don't think we would quite hit that level, but I think it would get close. I think it'd be closer to the maybe about 40, 45 level when it comes to actually rendering out the game. So, but nevertheless, it would still be a great game to run. I don't think many people would mind that, especially if the game is playable, if it's a lot of fun. That's the two most important factors when it comes to a game like GTA 6. Many people will overlook those type of flaws. What they're going to look for is the content that's truly in the game. And people do have those high expectations. What I would be surprised about, I know it's already released the pre-orders for some other countries as it is. I'm sure for you guys over in the European region, you guys probably already could pre-order GTA 6. But I truly believe that they're going to drop a trailer 3 sometime soon. I think here in the Americas, more than likely they're going to follow the Pacific Standard Time. I believe that they'll end up dropping it like around 11:30, but I could be wrong. They're probably pretty much determined that they know that they're going to get these sales. If they do, then that's certainly shows you their mindset there. It shows you that they truly believe that they can get the sales that they want. So, but story mode games are even low FPS as long as the stutter isn't bad. Yeah, exactly. I believe the more the areas that where you're going to experience something like that is if it's a truly crowded area, and I'm pretty sure that they're going to figure out ways how to spread out the areas a bit better in a sense. So I can handle 30 to 40 FPS as long as the 1% lows are similar in average. That's what I think they're aiming for. I think they're looking for more smooth gameplay, and I think that's exactly what it's going to be. The 1% lows are definitely going to be more or so from that level. So Bradley says, I am from the UK. Awesome. Were you able that out of everybody here, I'm going to throw out a poll question. Out of curiosity, did anyone actually pre-order GTA 6? I'm just curious if If anybody here actually has, even that, even though that you haven't seen the trailer, um, did you pre-order it? So I'm gonna just throw that out there. Did you pre-order GTA 6? I know for us in the Americas, well, obviously we can't pre-order just quite yet. I'll let you change out your time zone real quick just to do that. I don't know why anyone would do it, but I know some of you might have done it. So I'm gonna throw that poll out there for you guys, and you can certainly let me know if you guys are waiting for the gameplay trailer in order for you to actually pre-order the game. Okay, so you don't own a PS5, understandable. GTA 6. So I'm just curious for all the people out there that did end up pre-ordering it. Let me check something real quick, guys. I'm going to check over on my Twitch side to make sure it's working properly. Let me see. There we go. And I'm going to turn it back on. There we go. Hopefully it's working. That's so weird. You guys on Twitch, am I running? Am I on? Oh, it says unstable. Okay, it says I am running. Okay, perfect. Um, I'm not pre-ordering. I'm gonna watch. Okay, so we have quite a few people that are just not pre-ordering the game. Understandable. Or some people just didn't pre-order because it's not available. I get it. I know a lot of people out there are certainly waiting for the trailer. It makes perfect sense because you have no idea how the actual gameplay is going to be like. As I was saying, I believe with my prediction when it comes to GTA 6, I truly believe that they'll end up showing the trailer hopefully by 11:30 or right before like 11:59 on the dot on Pacific Standard Time. More than likely, they might show it then, so that way everyone can get that need of seeing what the actual gameplay looks like. Or is it that maybe that they're nervous about showing the actual gameplay, that I am old. What website can you go so you can watch people? You can go on pretty much YouTube. You can go onto you can go on Twitch and watch pretty much any website. Anybody, I think a high appeal for this game. And I know it's going to be limited to very few and select people that are up there in the ranks, especially on Twitch and YouTube, to be able to play early and in front of everyone. I thought of getting a PS5. I'm still finishing my all-white Team Red build, so it's a no for me. Makes sense. The only reason I ever have my PS5 is for GTA 6. If it looks bad, I'm selling the PS5. I'm not buying it. I get it. I get it. Yeah, because that's the main reason. I got asked this before. I got asked, how come I have like pretty much my PS5? Honestly, I never play it. I never. The last game I played on there, if you guys know, was Final Fantasy 16. That was truly the last game I played on it. Ever since then, there was just no titles that were attractive enough, and because the reason being is because I could get also the other titles that I want on PC. And so ever since they pulled that move, Sony pulled that move about pulling it off PC, it's honestly no big deal. It seems more than likely they are going to continue on with that deal. Looks like Sony also dished up the money in order for them to be able to have Grand Theft Auto have more exclusive features. There's a little couple things that they added onto this specific game for Sony PlayStation 5. It's like they have the vibration function and trigger effects supported. So it sounds like they will allow you to have the adaptive triggers that DualSense does have, and it's also the haptic feedback, and also when it comes to the controller speaker inside of the DualSense, that will all be activated from GTA 6. So they were pretty much saying that it's going to play best on PlayStation 5. And it sounds like they didn't get the exclusive, where originally they did reach out to Take-Two and they said that we want to have GTA 6 first come out on PlayStation 5 for at least a month before it actually appears on Xbox. And of course, they asked for the premium. Take-Two, Rockstar, they pretty much said, hey, if you want this, you have to spend about $80 million and we'll give it over for you exclusively for a month. Sony pretty much said, no, we're not going to give you that. And then they pulled out the deal. So it sounds like they made a different type of side deal here. Instead of having exclusively GTA 6 for a month, it sounds like they have some extra little features that you have on PS5, maybe a little bit of different DLC even. But of course, that would have to be announced by PlayStation themselves, by Sony. But I don't think they paid them money, but not the full $80 million just for the exclusive GTA 6 title. So made it no, you didn't surely miss much at all. We were just talking about GTA 6. Dislike GTA 6 will not be available on PC at launch. The PC version is expected around fall 2027, roughly a year. I believe so too. I think it's going to happen around then. Take-Two is very good at this. I mentioned this before. They know that people will purchase the game twice, and they're good at it. This is what they do. Now, if you bought it for PlayStation 5 and you're going to PlayStation 6, then more than likely, hopefully they have an upgrade option to where you just spend like $20 or $30 and you can upgrade the edition. But then they can always say, hey, we have a specific version for PlayStation 6, so you have to purchase the PlayStation 6 version. Then, of course, they're going to do that as well. Because, again, if the game is as excellent as they believe it's going to be, and they pull pretty much a GTA 5 move onto the next generation of consoles, I wouldn't be surprised. So GTA 6 is the only game that makes me, I believe it. That's all people are going to get PS5 for, is for GTA 6. It's a great thing for Sony, but Sony has to, in order for them to keep their customers, to be able to keep that fan base, they have to produce games. Because the problem with Sony is, yes, they got GTA 6. It's a temporary win. But after people get tired and bored of GTA 6, what do they do then? Will they have enough games to keep people entertained? Yes, they got Wolverine, but is that enough to make you want to keep your PS5? So unfortunately not. I was hoping that Valve would have some sort of move and say like, hey, we got GTA 6 too. That would be a great move by Valve. It would in fact make people think twice about getting a Steam machine. But again, we can certainly talk about the Steam machine in a bit. So PC will have to wait a year or two. GTA sucks on console. Yes. It's definitely a lot more locked in. And I was joking about this because when you look at Grand Theft Auto and you see all these extra DLCs, and they pretty much locked away like certain items like clothing, certain tattoos, certain haircuts are all locked away behind the DLC. And I think the main reason why they didn't want GTA 6 to end up going onto PC just quite yet is because we have modifications. Like, look at this. Sarah's Unisex Salon. PC gamers are going to be able to get around this and be able to make their characters however they want without the paywall. And, of course, Rockstar, Take-Two Interactive completely hates this. So I hate buying a game twice. And they are masters at it. I played Gran Turismo 7 a lot on PS5, but I have a beast computer that plays iRacing really well. Haven't been using the PS5 at all. And that's the issue. I haven't touched my PS5 in a while. I just turn it on every once in a while to see if it gets any updates. And I actually, honestly, haven't completed Final Fantasy 16 yet. I'm at the very end, though. I know I'm at the end. I just, for some reason, stopped playing it and never touched it since. So Sony is just being Sony. I'll never trust them. Steam machine for $1,050. No thanks. I'll build my own for that price with better performance. The biggest argument definitely is going to be this. I'll shut off the poll, guys, since we already have that voted in. It looks like most people, well, just about everybody hasn't pre-ordered GTA 6 just quite yet. So we'll turn that poll off. We're going to move on to the Steam machine, guys. So if you want to ask any GTA 6 questions, feel free. We can always go backtrack and talk about it. And then we can talk more about Amazon Prime deals if you guys are interested in taking a look at some of those Amazon Prime deals. So The Steam Machine is $1,049. That pretty much came out, I believe it was 2 days ago. They've released the pricing. Now you have a 512 gigabyte, that's $1,049. You got a 2 terabyte version, which is $1,349. Of course, if you add the Steam controller, it's an extra $79 for whether you get the 512 or the 2 terabyte version. So they give you 4 options, so you can easily put a reminder if you do want to get the Steam Machine. I'm just curious, anybody in here actually truly interested in the Steam Machine? If you are, please let me know, because I am curious about what your interests are about the Steam Machine and what truly attracts you into getting the Steam Machine. So I'm going to throw a poll out there. Once again, are you planning to get a Steam Machine? And feel free to vote on the poll, because I would love to hear from you guys. So I'm going to head and enable this poll. Are you planning to get a Steam Machine? So people still play GTA 5. And another thing, just to throw out there real quick, there's not going to be a lot of people. A lot of people might not be attracted to this because of GTA 6 specifically. Because there is no online play available. It's only going to be single player, and I know exactly why. It's going to 100% crash the servers. If there's a patch on day one, it's going to be a problem. More than likely, GTA 6, the team of GTA 6 certainly knows this, so they're going to make sure it runs 100% before they actually start launching it. So Hidden says, my big issue with the Steam Machine that it will be obsolete. It's like a laptop. It's like one of those cheaper laptops you see at Walmart for $3.99, and you're like, okay, I need a computer for now. I need a PC. I need to be able to finish up some resumes, or I just need to hurry up and do some PowerPoint slideshows. And I also need to browse the internet, pay off some bills or whatever. And then after 2-3 years, you're like, yeah, I kind of expected this to go pretty much bad. So with the Steam Machine, it's pretty much the same idea some people feel. I think the biggest selling point for when it comes to the Steam Machine is, of course, form factor. It's only 6 inches. You take a look at the size of it. It's literally, you put a banana right next to it. Look how tiny that thing is. Just to give you an indication, it's only 6 inches. So it's 6 inches of a square. So it truly is a tiny machine. But of course, $1,050 is pretty expensive for a custom PC. Of course, what really truly holds back the pricing is the 512 gigabytes of the SSD, and same thing with the RAM. It's expensive. How big of an operating system for the Steam Machine do you think it will be for the same size? Windows. Now, if you're talking Windows, you're taking up a good, decent amount of space. You're probably going to, like, out that 512 gigabytes, you're only going to get like 479, maybe 478 gigabytes. So if you put Windows on there, you're talking about, like, you're lucky if you got, let me see, 410, maybe about 410, 415 gigabytes, roughly. That's being generous. If you put it in a light version, if you truly put like the full edition of Windows, it's going to take quite a bit of space. Actually, you might be left like with 387 or something. So I took the plunge and got my deal. Oh, that's awesome. Hopefully you were able to get a decent deal on Prime Day. They had some. It's not the best deals, but it's the best I could find. They did have some DDR5 kits, not a kit, but a RAM stick for a DDR5 for about $200. So that was the best I could find for the price of RAM for anyone that is desperate enough to do a PC build. So Tony says, I really want one, but I can't justify already having 2 PCs. Makes sense. This is definitely going to be, unfortunately, truly bad timing. Ironically, Nvidia is going down in price. Hopefully that's a indicator for positive things to come. But the timing, that it's just truly unfortunate. So Hidden Bull says it is repairable. Saw Gamers Nexus show a disassembly. I believe that Valve 100% makes it where it's easy to modify. There was a screenshot that was able to bring up onto X here, and there was some truly good points here, and I'll actually bring it up. which is going to be on the Steam frame itself. If you take, not Steam frame, the Steam machine. Now, if you take a look at the Steam machine, let me bring it over to you guys so I can show you exactly what it is. Because people actually made some really excellent points on the reply. And let me see, I'm going to open up another tab here. And this is it. Now, if you take a look at the inside of this picture, I know it might be a little difficult to see. Hopefully you guys can see it. Um, you see that's a M.2 2230 that's in there now, and they do have another screw hole practically here for 2280. So you probably put 2280 with no issue, just move the screw hole over and you can easily do it. And then there's another one here, which looks like it's possible to maybe put another 2230 or 2280. I'm not too sure unless I see it really up close. Maybe Hidden can share some light since he saw the disassembly for it. So it seems like some people are not getting the Steam machine from what it seems like. Yes, 6-inch cube. Valve must be making bank on Steam machines since you got to build a PC yourself with double the VRAM and RAM for less. Yes. Unfortunately, they tried to buy a batch from what they claim. When they were trying to purchase the memory, or when it comes to the storage, they said that they were pretty much getting bullied by the companies such as like SK Hynix or by Samsung, which truly it's only going to be SK Hynix right now, when they were selling the memory, because they said that if they would have said no, they would have never picked up their phone calls again. Of course, that's a true possibility because we know that the money's in AI. They don't have to talk to Valve for what? They can make all their money just through OpenAI. Talk to Sam Altman again, like, hey, how many orders you need again? Or talk to Google. Talk to any of these AI companies. They could immediately make money because their funds are unlimited. But for Steam, it's a small private company in Seattle. So all they're going to do is have a certain budget to make these Steam machines and try to also have it appeal to gamers that truly want to have a customizable system. So you can kind of get an idea why they have to charge the amount that they do, because otherwise, if they were not able to obtain the memory, then they wouldn't have a Steam machine. So are we expecting a new chipset for AM5 next year? They'll probably announce it more than likely by the end of the year, this year. If that's no, maybe it is that. Actually, they might announce it like during CES, if they do. For some reason, I have the worst luck. It seems like anytime I attend one of these AMD press conferences that they have, I have the worst luck and they never introduce anything when it comes to gaming. So maybe I just don't attend the actual conference and maybe they'll actually talk about it this time. 2280 fits well. Nice, nice. I only saw the micro SD expansion. Don't know about lane sharing or additional M.2. Now, if you think about the processor itself, it's based off of like a 7500X, maybe. So if you think about the lanes, and you're taking X4, if you're taking two X4, so you're taking 8 lanes, just say, it can be capable, possibly, but it's power limited. The CPU is only limited at 35 watts, about 30 to 35 watts, and then you have the GPU where it's limited to 110 watts. So I'm not too sure if you might be maxing it out. Of course, I thought it was quite an interesting side, like when you saw the actual heatsink. That's the whole reason why it's so cool. Like literally like cooled, because it's just like pretty much like true passive cooling. It doesn't really require as many fans because it's like almost like fanless tech that's on there. But unpopular opinion, Valve should have canceled. uh, yeah, yeah. I think you know what? That's a great point. I think that's a awesome unpopular opinion because maybe they could have saved themselves the waste. It's a shame. We were all hoping. I think it would truly make it better if they would have announced like Half-Life 3 that was bundled with the Steam machine. And maybe people would be like, at least it comes with a game, it comes with the Steam machine. But I guess that didn't happen. Or maybe they'll surprise us. I don't know. They've really got to pull something like with like Half-Life 3 or Left 4 Dead 3 or something here. So Well, since Steam OS runs on any machine with AMD GPU, my new build can be, yes, a great point dark style because the Steam OS 3.8 is available, so you can install that onto any system. But as you guys know, we've messed with Steam OS already, even in the original Ally. It works great. Even back then, it worked great. So Martin says 7500 XDD, 16 gigabytes of RAM, 5060 Ti with all other. Yeah, pretty much. Exactly that, Martin. That's what you have. But except the GPU is more of an equivalent. If you guys saw the video of like what I personally thought about the pricing, it's pretty much RX 7400. That is what the GPU is like, pretty much like the closest relevance to it. Mixed with a Zen 4 CPU, but with half the power. More of a, not even like desktop format. It's more like laptop format type of processor that's in here. So you have a laptop format processor that is inside of this build, plus a RX 7400. And you could, it already sounds a bit sketchy because it sounds a bit out of date. The only difference though is that instead of like a PC, like where you have all the components, where you have to run it through PCI Express, you have to run everything through pretty much a bus. The difference is this is directly on the board itself, so maybe it can run a bit quicker bandwidth wise because of that. But that's the only give that I can truly give out the Steam machine, because if you have the CPU and GPU pretty much embedded into the board itself, then at least it's a lot quicker to transfer information compared to something like a PCI Express bus. Yeah, exactly. Um, and yeah, yeah, it's. I'm telling you, it's not a very popular GPU. You don't really hear of it much because people didn't think of it. At least people won't be. Yes, yes. But there, you know, the really interesting thing is it's already sold out in Japan, specifically at Komodo Station, that they sold them out. But again, we don't know exactly how much was the quantity that they actually had for them to officially claim that was sold out. Now, if you guys are curious about what the RX 7400 looks like, it looks like this. Let's look up Tech Power Up, because they'll actually have like the spec sheet and everything too. Let me see if they have it. Ryzen 7400 RX. No, they don't even. Let me see. RX. No, they don't even list it. Is a budget RDNA 3 graphics card, see? With 33 GPU. See, that's even giving it in 28 compute units. That's the reason why I had to give it to the RX 7400, was because of the 28 CUs. And also reaches about 55 watts. So it's a bit lower in power. Yeah. Oh, really? Nice. So, yeah. So launch August of 2025, ironically. And I'll show you what it looks like here. I don't know why I chose a processor, but let's see if they actually have a picture of one. Here goes one. So that's what's practically inside the system. But it's just the GPU itself. So I think there may be a lot of people 3D printing with new faceplate designs. I think so too. That's certainly one of the advantages. I think that's pretty dope that you can actually pretty much customize the Steam frame. You can get the 2 terabyte version, and it comes with 2 plates in the front, and I'll show you. It comes with these 2 plates. It's like a red plate and kind of like a natural wood type of color. So they have these 2 different faceplates. It looks like it's completely customizable, so it's really nice in that sense. It just sucks that they charge another $75 for the controller with it. Remember, let's see. Laptop GPU, etc. needs service, repaste, how adorable. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah, repasting it's going to be something. More than likely, that's going to happen. Similar to what the Xbox 360 era was like. That's going to probably be a big thing, possibly. Remember, SteamOS does not use a lot of memory. Can you use Word or... it depends. You're going to be very limited to it. It has 16 gigabytes of RAM. Gamer already made a custom... oh, did he? Wow. Oh, okay. I mean, he probably has the 3D printer ready for it. Probably has the dimensions. So it looks like nobody really here is planning to get the Steam machine. That's interesting. Okay. So that means that's a good thing for us because that means we're not in a hurry to get the Steam machine. So if it happens, it happens. I'll try to get my hands on one. But if it sounds like it's certainly not a favorite of this, so we could certainly put that to the side. Hopefully, you guys got. So I do have to announce this. I do want to bring this up because we officially got, and hopefully, you guys got to check it out in Discord. I let the members know first, of course, that we officially got Noctua's LC136 AIO. It's over in the back sitting. We'll have a PC build pretty much ready to go pretty soon. I plan on stopping by Micro Center this weekend to pick up some of the rest of the parts here. So we will have a PC build together soon. Now I'm really excited to see how that turns out. I remember Hidden has some questions to see how silent it truly is. I'll put up the mic right next to it to kind of measure out the sounds of like how cool it runs. I'll put it up next to some of the other coolers. Steve, what's up? Great to see you. He signed for the first 500 I ran. Oh, really? Oh, that's funny. Wow, that's pretty funny. That's awesome though. That's really awesome he was able to do that. So Steam Machine uses the PTM 7950, so if you're familiar with that, oh, okay. So that's a positive. That's a positive thing. So can you use Steam OS for? Oh, absolutely. It has its own desktop. It's Linux based. So if you ever used Linux, it's going to be just like it. It is Linux. It's just a different distro. It's Steam OS. It's a more of a closed distro than there are others. So can you use? Let's see. Can't wait to see the build. Haven't looked at any builds yet with the new Noctua AIO. Yeah, I'm certainly excited for it. I'm really curious to see how it sounds once this is all together. And I'm going to ask you guys too, since you're all here. I do want to ask you guys. I'm just double checking here because I'm just curious. I'm going to put this up again for poll. So would you guys? You want AMD or Intel for this upcoming build? I just want to confirm with everybody because I am curious of your thoughts. So you can choose AMD or Intel for this upcoming build. I am wondering if the consensus will stay the same. So I want to see if it will keep your 9950X. Yeah, that's a good point. We could do that. We could remove the ASRock cooler that's on there and put that on there to see how well it runs. Solid Channel put a 4 terabyte drive in the Steam machine plus a 64 gigabytes of oh well, that's pretty funny. How did it run, by the way? Did it run better gaming wise? I'm curious. Ultra, okay, so Dunn says definitely the Ultra 270K. It's actually for a great deal actually. I saw that today. Oh really? Who did it? Just out of curiosity, you did pique my curiosity because I definitely want to look at that. So if you guys don't know, let me go on Amazon Prime. If you guys are looking to build a PC on the cheap, and that was actually one of the PCs I was talking about the other day. Take a look at this. This is hard to beat. $264.99 for a 270K plus. Amazing processor. That you can absolutely get. So if you guys are looking for that, AMD, okay, AMD, we got 2 AMD. So yes, the big blue IPM. Okay, so we got 2 AMD here. Interesting. Let me see. And I will bring that over actually. So I'm going to bring over the Intel processor for anybody that is interested in getting the Intel processor. Let me shrink this down real quick, guys, so I can bring that over to you. So if you guys are interested in getting this Intel 270K plus, I will post up the link for you guys to check it out here. Now, of course, it seems like Amazon is the one doing the deal here, so you would have to get it through Amazon, unless Newegg has updated their pricing. Hopefully that they did to match it. So that way, for those who are interested in getting the 270K plus, you have another option to go with if you don't want to go with Amazon here. Now, let me see. Let me go back here. 270K plus. There it is. So if you want this, this is on sale. So is GTA 6 worth an I personally, to me, I feel like it is. It's pretty much all your DLC that is going to be for GTA 6. So I think it's worth it if you go ahead and go with that bundle. You might as well. It's only an extra $20 for it. And you don't have to pay for it later. More than likely, if you choose to get some of the extra customizations like the salon, the tattoo shops, the extra weapons, the skins, you're probably going to have to pay a lot more once they actually release it. So it's much better to actually purchase it before then, in my opinion. But of course, I'm really curious to see how this trailer 3 will end up playing out. Hopefully it ends up dropping sometime soon. So the RAM, it's going to be the kit RAM. I'm going to actually end up buying one of those kits to see how it is, just to kind of show everybody what Micro Center has available for those who are truly interested in trying to build a PC, especially in today's climate. I know it's not easy to build a PC in 2026, but I can tell you it's certainly still possible. So Hoodie man, what's going on? So I would buy the i7 in a heartbeat, then I would buy another motherboard and we'll be stuck with the i7. Yeah, I gotta say it's certainly one of those underrated CPUs out there. It's great for those who do want to use it for gaming and for creators. So we got a bit of a mix. So it seems like it's gonna be quite interesting. So far we have a tie. We have both AMD and Intel. So we do have a tiebreaker that we will bring up on Saturday stream when we go to Micro Center and get one of these bundles. So I don't think GTA Online is releasing until, yes. I don't think it's going to be for a long time. They know the hype behind it. And Alex, I'm just truly curious. There's some people that actually played GTA 5. Now, this might kind of indicate my age already as it is. And for anybody that's played a GTA 5 when it first released, you did not care about online at all. But now that I found out, like, it seems like more of the newer generation here is more interested in the online side. So I'll throw that question up next. Oh, now it's tied, AMD and Intel. That's interesting. Yes, it ran. Oh, ETA Prime. Okay. I'll definitely check out ETA Prime then. So I bought the Micro Center kit for $550 for 32 gigabytes. I like the motherboard, but I do not use it much. Okay. Is it the Gigabytes Eagle Z890? Is it that it came with? T-Done? Because that was one of the kits that I was considering too. If you can pick up an X3D, it will make up for the CL38. Yes. That's the biggest thing, Hidden. That's what I was thinking. I won't. If I had to get a 270K plus, there's one negative on it. The one negative is if you get a 270K plus is your RAM speeds dramatically matter when it comes to actual gaming FPS. And of course, when it comes into using your typical task. But when it comes to AMD, it doesn't matter as much because you have the L3 cache to kind of cover it. You have Vcache. So when GTA 5 came out, people were upset about no online, but it didn't take long to release. Yeah, I'm trying to remember how that was because honestly, I barely played the online, to be honest. I'd love to see XMT. Oh, I'm sure you would. They probably, again, so you guys are trying to send ninjas to my house. No. Yeah, I thought it was that board. So I'm going to throw up another poll up there real quick in a bit because I certainly do want to ask you guys when it comes to this. So when it comes to GTA 6, I will ask this. What was it? Now I almost forget my question here. For those who are planning to get GTA 6, will you purchase it if there is no trailer 3? Will you pre-order it then? I feel like that's going to be a no immediately right there because I already seen all the no's already on the pre-orders. Yes, so other than the Giga Corsair, I guess, I don't know where you get the CX. Yeah, I would have to get in contact with them. I got to find out the producer. Maybe I could reach out to them. Maybe I could get it on a later date. But I'm gonna send it over to a PO box so they don't track my ass. Because if it truly is not nearly as good as even Crucials, then I don't know what to tell them. I'll tell them, but they're just not gonna be happy. I used a RTX 5070 Ti with a Intel Ultra. Nice. That's the perfect. That's exactly what we did with our 270K build. The 270K Plus we paired was a Gigabyte RTX 5070 Ti. Actually, it's sitting up on the desk right behind us. I gotta run some more games on it, see how it's running as of now. The RAM burglar. Yes. So I'm using the Gigabyte Aorus B850M Wi-Fi 6E because the M-ATX motherboards are hard to find out. Yeah, absolutely. I'm curious to see what they have actually. Let's see if they got anything on sale this week when it comes to Micro Center here. So if you guys are curious, I'll send you this link too. This is some RAM that's kind of hidden on Amazon. So if you're interested in getting it, it's 32 gigabytes of CL38. I would recommend this more for AMD users. Intel, you can use it. It won't truly affect a ton of performance unless you're truly competitive. If you are, I wouldn't touch that on Intel system. But this would actually truly would also work great on AMDs. Of course, if you have a lower latency, it's always better. But unfortunately, today's age, it's not ideal, and it's still really expensive to get your hands on it. Oh, they got the DGX Spark on sale for only $4,000, guys. At least they got that for sale. Micro Center, yeah, it's wonderful, right? That's the RAM, but I have 32 gigabytes of 6,000. Oh, that's a really good deal. I wonder if they still have it. In white, of course. Nice. That's so much better. I'm using the 9070 XT. I turned off upscaling in Resident Evil 9 and averaged more than 120. Oh, wonderful. I'm telling you that they do great with the RE engine that they have when it comes to Capcom. It's just like they've done a phenomenal job. Even with Pragmata, it's really good. Team Force was the slow. Yeah, that's why it's on sale. That is certainly why it's on sale. It was a members only thing at 4K. Oh, nice. Oh, really? I'm signed up as a member too because I bought quite a bit of stuff from them. I took videos, pictures, documented GTA 5's release, pre-ordered a midnight event because I knew it was going to be, that's quite crazy that you were able to keep. So what's your thoughts about this, Martin? What do you think about GTA 6, about their whole release? How do you think they're doing it? Because I don't quite remember how the pre-order was. I don't remember if they definitely showed a trailer before the pre-order, right? They showed actual gameplay footage before they had the pre-order of GTA 5, correct? Because I feel like I remember that. It was before the pre-orders, and pre-orders were actually a bit later, I believe. But they're doing it as early as June. But at least it's pretty much guaranteed it's coming out in November at this point. So I cranked the settings. I think it was Linux. That's what. So you were in Steam. Were you in Steam OS, was it? Or were you just on a different Linux distro? Were you on like Arch, was it? Or on a Fedora or any of the Linux distros? I see Micro Center bundle now includes. That's our favorite, right, guys? That's going to go really well with the Noctua. With the Noctua AIO. Let's take a look. This is what they... Steam on Linux. Okay. Well, it does make a difference, though. There was like 3 or 4 trailers, and we saw some gameplay. They also let us know that the online was going to be later. About 3 weeks later, if I remember. That makes sense. It's so crazy, because I've truly never really went online like that. Manjaro. Okay. Manjaro is a great distro to use. But yeah, that certainly can make a difference. It's amazing how much less system resources that you use in Linux when it comes to actual gaming. Because you wouldn't believe how many resources that your PC ends up taking, especially Windows. Like if you had 32 gigabytes of RAM, and I'm sure everybody can certainly tell you this, and I was actually talking to Hidden Bull about this too. Like it actually takes up half of your resources. So if you use 64 gigabytes of RAM, it'll actually take up like a good 30 gigabytes of resources of on Windows for some weird reason. So even though you have more memory, it will take more resources in order for Windows environment to work properly. But it's for Linux, it doesn't matter as much. It will actually still use the same resource. It'll use that same 1 gigabyte resource, and that's pretty much it. It doesn't care if you have 16 gigabytes. Well, it doesn't care if you have 4 gigabytes. Even you can have all the way up to 1 terabyte, and it still will take 1 gigabyte of system resources. And that's something Windows certainly needs to work on, especially if they come up with some sort of gaming type of OS. So see if they have any kits that come with Manta. Good point. We will look for that. It was using 7.3 to 8 gigabytes of system RAM. Nice. Nice. You see? But if you compare it to Windows, how much RAM did you have completely, Steve? Let everybody know how much RAM you have, because then you would let them know exactly how much resources Windows actually ends up taking. So we're going to go down here, see what type of kits that they do offer. So they have, let's see, you're looking for V-Color, right? Let's see if they do have V-Color here. 32 gigabytes. Yeah, there you go. That's already less. Because once you're on Windows, that's another 8 gigabytes gone. I'm telling you, it's just terrible. V-Color, V-Color. I see Corsair. Obviously, we're not doing this yet. And that just reminds me, guys, we have $201 for the Threadripper build saved. And we're going to have it continue saved until we reach that limit. We will get this Threadripper build done eventually, guys. I will attempt to reach out to AMD, and I will also try to reach out to a few other brands out there. Jekyll, 32 or all three? 30. I'm pretty sure it's going to be 32 gigabytes or all three is the question. Well, that's a great one to ask Steve. But more than likely, it's probably running on dual. I'm sure he's running on dual 16. So let me see. They have Corsair. My rule of thumb is that you get 4 gigabytes of RAM per physical core. That's a great rule to follow, actually. Which Threadripper are you going to use? 9970X is the one I want to replace it with, because currently we have the 3970X that we're on currently. So should we build a Steam machine or just wait for Xbox Helix? I'm leaning towards the Xbox Helix. Helix is going to be a while. Helix won't happen until more than likely 2027. And I'm not even sure if it's going to be Windows based anymore. It might be in a locked console environment. Because I believe that they are changing that whole idea. They do want to keep the Xbox name, but I don't know how they're going to do it. I'm pretty sure they got a whiff of Steam OS now actually coming out for systems, like actual PCs that you can install it on, and the handhelds. And I'm pretty sure Windows does not want that to happen, because then that's definitely going to hurt them. So to be honest, 16 gigabytes total might be the way to go for now for gaming, since 32 gigabytes is such a man. And that's why I recommended some of the like I recommended PMY 16 gigabytes. That's actually on sale. Let me see. This is actually a great deal for anyone that's looking for OLED. Highly recommend this this display. You can actually get that for a decent deal for anyone that is looking for a OLED display. I highly recommend something like this, and I'll actually paste the link for you guys if you're interested in getting this OLED display. It's under $500. Finally, you can get OLED in all its glory. It's not 4K, but it is 1440. And with all the tech that's in there, OLED is now better than ever. And that's why I had to bring it up. A lot of people are certainly scared of burn-in. And with today's technology, it truly is not nearly as bad. So Windows has a Xbox mode now to reduce system resources, perfect for lower RAM. That makes more sense. And I believe they got to continue working on the system, though. It still has to improve a lot. It still has to improve tenfold compared to Linux. I mean, Linux, I'm telling you, is so much lighter compared to Windows. They have to be able to complete that. And what's interesting is that Steam was able to get Epic on board, Epic Games, the creators who also are involved with Fortnite, to be able to do something like this. So if they get Epic involved and are able to create an anti-cheat, this would be great for Steam OS. But again, the Steam machine has to certainly sell for them to be able to hit that to uh, continue with the investment. Because just imagine if they start eventually getting the Javelin anti-cheat system over to Linux. So I now wish I had OLED 1440p as opposed to 4K 240 hertz and ease the stress of my PC. It makes so much of a difference. I have OLED and my eyes aren't good. Old ones look better. Oh, really? You think so? You think the old ones look better? That's crazy. Like compared to the blacks. Are you talking about compared like OLED, like the original OLED, like back in 2018, 2017 OLED? Or are you talking about compared to like something like IPS? Just out of curiosity here, because if you say think IPS is that great, I gotta be like, I gotta ask you. I would love to know what you drink, because for me it looks much more better compared to my IPS. We need Nvidia to get better at Linux. Yes, they have been actually Valve's involved with Nvidia trying to get that on board with SteamOS. They're in the works. It's getting better. They're trying to get the LSS perfected onto Linux, but eventually it will get to the point where you'll be able to install a SteamOS on a Linux PC. Oh, CRT. That makes sense. CRT makes sense. I get CRT. QLED, I think I have real issues with my eyes. Oh, okay. Uh, yeah, I mean, I can get that. If your eyes are sensitive, I can understand why it can be a little bit more difficult. I believe RGB stripe is definitely much more of a better tech too that has recently come out. And it's only going to get better. We're on the first gen. So just imagine like 2 generations down the line. So, of course, when it comes to tech, it's always impossible to catch up as well. So, if you're not happy with what you have, like when it comes to your display, it doesn't have to be like a brand new OLED monitor. If you already have one, don't stress about getting another OLED right away. There's absolutely no need to. Especially because there's always going to be something better in the next 3-4 months. It's just, fortunately, how tech is. Oh, really? I'm always live on Wednesdays. Wednesdays and Saturdays are usually the days when I'm live. But welcome in. So I paid like $1,000 for it 8 months ago, I think. That's roughly about the price it was. Actually, Asus actually has another one on sale if you guys are interested in it. It's the PG32 WCDM. That is also on sale. Let me see. Oh no, not on Newegg. It's not. I think it's on sale on Amazon. I'll double check it. This might be the newer reiteration. That's why it's more expensive. Because they have 3 versions of it. Oh, it didn't come up. Now that's weird. Let's see. Asus PG32 I'll put. There we go. So they do have it on Amazon. That's the XG. Okay, no, this is the XG. My bad, guys. So it's the XG32UCWG. That's the one. I thought it was the PG WCDM. So it's a horrible time for me. I want to upgrade to. Hey, what do you need for your build to come up? Is the new Gigabyte QLED monitor on sale? Yes, it is. It's actually only $450. I actually have the link. Let me actually pull that up for you so I can share it with you guys. But that monitor is truly incredible. I actually got to see that firsthand at CES, and I gotta say it's truly impressive for the price they put it at. It feels like when you look into that monitor, you're looking into like a $1,200 monitor. It's a glossy type too, so for anybody that is interested in a OLED monitor by Gigabyte, they certainly do have it available. Let me just pull up the link for you so you can take a look at it, and I can actually open it up here for you guys to check it out as well. So let me see, it is right here. So this is it. I'll share it with you guys that are interested. Thank you, Tunnel, for subscribing. Appreciate it. It is here. Gigabyte. Look at that, 400 bucks. Even cheaper. Well, it's just the same price as the XG27 by Asus, but this is actually a great choice to go. So if you take a look at this monitor, it's amazing. This one goes up to 280 hertz. Another great choice to go with. And I gotta say, this is actually a really good deal for this monitor, and it has some really decent connections on the back of this. Here it does, let me bring that up so you guys can see it. It has HDMI 2.1 DisplayPort, 1.4 USB-C, and USB 3.2. So is there a reason why people would use a regular OLED TV? Seems like a better deal now. You know what the reason is? Some people use a OLED TV more because, of course, you get a bigger display. But the difference is the refresh rate isn't as fast as it is compared to these monitors. That's why it's cheaper to actually get it on a TV, on a larger display. Of course, if you buy like a newer model, like if you get like something like the C5, I believe that they're on, the LG C5, of course, it's going to be a bit more. I believe it goes up to 165 hertz. But these monitors go up to, this one's 280 hertz, and it delays at 0.03 milliseconds. Usually the delay, you don't have to worry about as much when it comes to OLED. It's always usually a lot quicker. But you're paying for really the refresh rate more than anything. And of course the compatibility, you have a bit more playability when it comes to your ports, when it comes to something like this. So are you missing, all you are missing is G-Sync, but I think, yeah, I mean, G-Sync is a really, that's like a throwback more or so. G-Sync, AMD FreeSync, that was pretty much taken away by the, I forget the name of the, it's like the broadcast company. They took that away because they felt that was like the wrong way to market things. Because the way it was before is that you would have to buy a G-Sync monitor, and you're like, or you had to purchase an AMD FreeSync monitor. And now this that broadcast company said like, hey, you guys can't do this anymore. I think it was VESA. VESA was one of them. And they said that you can't do this. You can't like promote the product this way because technically both cards can run well on this display. So that's why you don't really see G-Sync or AMD FreeSync as much. It'll mention it, but it doesn't. It just mentions it as an extra feature. That's why it says AMD FreeSync and G-Sync together in one headline compared to what it was before, where it says, oh, you had to get an AMD FreeSync or you had to get NVIDIA's FreeSync. So what do you do when a customer brings in a defective SSD? Warranty only refunds purchase prices. Yeah, that, unfortunately, that's a big issue. If you guys haven't heard, that's been a pretty large issue. Luckily, I knock on wood, I have never had to really truly worry about that issue. But usually the one time that it did happen, I sent it in and they sent me a new SSD, luckily. But then again, it wasn't during this volatile time. But unfortunately, if that happens, I would definitely try to get them to send the product back. So you're actually, that's funny, the C5. The OLED 65 in C5 is beautiful. 27-inch OLED or 139-inch monitor. Yes. They have really nice 5K, 2K monitors now. My LG C2 is 65 inches, 120 hertz, 4K. Okay, and it has FreeSync and G. Yeah, that's what they mostly do have now. Now, I believe the C5, let's actually look at it. See if it's on sale now. It probably is. LG C5. And I got the first generation. I still got the C1. I'm like way behind on my display. But this one's 65 inches. Let's see. Not a bad deal, $1,200. That's still cheaper than what I bought mine's at for 65 inches. It also has, let's see how many frames. I believe it's um, no, it's 140. Yeah, 144. Because 144 now is more the standard. LG does have a newer display, where it goes up to 165. They just don't have it available yet, but they actually do have it pretty much ready, and I'll probably end up dropping by like closer to the end of this year because that was also a really nice display. In fact, um, one big for the main. Yes, that exactly. If you got a PC portable enough where you have the straps like the Asus case, like where you have the straps where you can just carry it back and forth, that it's the way to go. You don't need to get a 6-inch Steam machine if you don't have to. But of course, for those who are interested in getting the Steam machine, now if you're wondering if it's worth it, personally, to me, I feel like it's much better to build a PC. If you're just coming from console and you want to go to PC and actually game without the headaches, that's the biggest complaint that I hear. It's more the fear factor. You have a lot of people out there that's afraid to touch a PC because they hear a lot of things where they hear that they have to adjust settings, and that's not a lie. You truly do. Some games you have to adjust. You have to adjust the settings for it to work properly. So for this, if you are getting something like the Steam machine, it's you still will have to do some sort of modifications. It's still Linux. You still have to figure out protons, and you still have to figure out which proton works best on what game. So if you do plan on getting the Steam machine, it doesn't also hurt to look at pre-builds. I actually listed a few different pre-built options if size is truly not an issue to you. If you're getting the Steam machine for the size, then I get it. Unless you want to truly challenge that's going to be hard for a lot of first timers building a PC that's really small. But I would say size doesn't matter. You can either do two things. You can get a pre-built PC, or you can even build your own PC, and you can certainly be able to do it if you just pretty much watch any of the videos that I post up, or any other PC builder videos out there that you can look up on building a PC. So, Steam machine, is it worth it? Yes, I can say it's worth it to an extent. You can't expect this to perform a top quality AAA games at high quality performance at 4K 60. That's unrealistic. That's not going to happen. This is a great device for those who loves to play indie games, especially on Steam. They have so many different options when it comes to those indie games. Then it might be worth it in that sense. But honestly, I would say go with a pre-built if you don't really mind the size as much. There's actually quite a few different pre-builds I actually introduced, which are actually a bit cheaper if you don't mind the size. Actually, let me bring up some of them. Some of the pre-builds that I did mention here, if you guys are looking at them, is the Stormcraft. This is strictly, this is by Stormcraft by Newegg. So if you are in the Americas, you can certainly go here to get it. I'll open up this. That's pretty much like what's in the system. This is only 900 bucks. And it has a 14400F in here. So if you guys are interested in it, this is a great choice. Yes, that's right, Hidden. You can use something like the Cooler Master NR200. I didn't know how to build a PC, but once I learned it's actually, it's a lot of fun. Please, Tunnel, let everybody know what it's like to build a PC. Is it truly that horrific? So 7600 X3D or the 7800 X3D 200 versus 375, 4K gaming and streaming with 9070 XT. Which would you go with? Honestly, if you are going to do 4K gaming and you don't want to limit yourself, go 7800 X3D. That would definitely be the better choice, especially if you plan on streaming as well. Of course, the more cores you have, it's better because you're going to be multitasking practically. But this 7800 X3D, certainly go with that. I think you would certainly be happy with it. It's only about 10 to 15% IPC difference between the 9800 X3D, so it's definitely a great choice to go. And that's exactly what I'm thinking, Steve. Steam Machine is a niche product, but it has a market. I can see all kinds of videos coming. Yeah, exactly. That, you actually described it really well. It's kind of like the Raspberry Pi. It's for those who truly like to tinker and truly like to uh, pretty much create it their own type of way. It's definitely more of a hobbyist type of machine. Um, Unfortunately, it was supposed to target for those who wanted to attempt to try to see what it's like PC gaming onto like a large screen into your TV. Unfortunately, it didn't go their way. So temporarily, at least for now, it is definitely 100% a niche product for those who are interested. So, problem is the price. The price isn't so steep. It is a great machine. Exactly, and that's the problem. Just like we just brought this up, this is the 14400. Still a very decent product processor to go with. Now it has decent RAM. We actually tested these XPGs. Um, Now it's again a very decent PC for $900, and this is actually more powerful than the Steam Machine. So if you want to mess with something like this, you certainly can. Now this is based on a DDR4 system. Now if you want to upgrade it to a DDR5 system, you can. But of course, you're going to pay a bit more for that, $1,600 more. So I would say this is a great option. And if you want something a bit newer, I also do have to mention this one here, which is iBuyPower. And usually this is great for a lot of beginners out there that don't want to build a PC, but this is also a great choice. So I didn't, oops, I didn't want to make a heavy investment in another CPU if there's a new one coming after CPU. The interesting thing about this chipset is that Intel decided to reinvest into the Raptor Lake series. You believe that, guys? They're gonna say like, "Hey, we're gonna go back to a socket. We're gonna go back to the socket 17 LGA 1700 once again." And you know what the reasoning behind it and the whole motivation behind this is because they want to bring it back because of DDR4. It's still a platform that still uses DDR4, and they have that option. So that's why they're thinking of using going back to Raptor Lake once again, or Alder Lake, depends on which processor you use. Yes, DDR4, exactly, guys. And AM5, not AM5, AM4, they're thinking about even coming out with motherboards with them even. Make 1150s. Oh man, you know what's crazy? You can, if you had the 1150 today and you chose to keep it back then, it's probably worth more than it is more today than it is back then. I believe the socket that I had, no, I had an 1150 because one of my favorite processors from that era has to be and I always talk about this processor is what's it called? Now it's slipping my, it's the 4790K. That was one of my favorite processors from that generation for sure. I wanted to say Sandy Bridge. Is it Sandy Bridge? Or no, Devil's Canyon. It's Devil's Canyon. Sandy Bridge was another one. Devil's Canyon was my favorite. DDR4 is still booming. Here we Yes, and they have it. They do have DDR6. It's just who's gonna swallow it whole. It's going to be AI. AI is gonna definitely take it for the win. So here's the other PC I wanted to introduce to you guys. If you guys are looking for something that has a bit more power, is iBuyPower's 80. This one's a 8400F, so it's not the greatest processor, but it's decent. And it comes with the RX 9060 XT. Again, it's a very decent PC for those who want to game at 1440. And it even comes with a keyboard and mouse. You don't have to pay extra for it. So it also has 1 terabyte M.2 with it. So you can go ahead and be able to use this PC for that. So I have a Docker host with 1150 i9 and the D10. Oh, really? That's pretty awesome. The last CPU that I had with Devil's Canyon was the 980. I had the 980 Ti. That's the one that I used with it. And man, that was a beast. I actually used 2 different GPUs. The other one that I used was the I think I was on the 770, and then I upgraded to the 980 Ti afterwards. But it's been a while. Definitely been a while since then. But yeah, this is definitely a great option for anyone that wants to get involved into buying a PC. I have the link posted right into the chat, so feel free to click it if you do want to check that out. Um, also, they do some. Let's see the other deals that they do have. What's up, Santo? How you doing? How's everything? So I do got some other deals I can definitely bring up. This one's based on memory. For anyone struggling to get memory, it's definitely not a favorite of mine when it comes to latency for this specific memory. And of course, as you guys know, I don't favor this company that much. For me personally, I've always had trouble with them. PNY. Now this is only $200. 8 gigabytes won't do 4K. Oh, are you saying no? You need. Okay, let me go back. Let me rewind. I didn't see that part. I'm glad Hidden Bull caught that. Yeah, game on DDR3. Yeah, absolutely. I bet it still could. My son is using 12900K 4070 at 1440. It's holding up strong. Oh yeah, without a doubt. Linux loves it certainly does. Ernesto, what's up? Now, if you guys are interested in CL46, um, I certainly wouldn't recommend this for Intel systems. You can put it, you can put it into AMD system. It's a great way to start off. It's funny that they actually said that. I just realized that it says not compatible with Intel 15 Gen. I mean, this is going to be obvious. um, it'll be compatible though for if you're using 13th, the 12th and 13th gen. It'll be fine. It'll work fine then. You need 8th gen or newer for Windows 11. Yes, absolutely. And it's all because too you have the TPM too that prevents it from allowing you to use Windows. You can use the bypass, but it's honestly in any system that use the bypass on it, it doesn't work that great. And then there's certain games you're unable to play without TPM, such as Battlefield 6. I'm pretty sure the new Modern Warfare 4 is going to use TPM. So Pepe says, I just bought the 7600X B650 for, that's a really good deal. So I have a HP Z4 workstation with a DDR3 and the Xeon processor and AMD Quattro CPU. I mean GPU. That is awesome. I can't believe you still have it. That's pretty dope. You actually kept it. I got this old HP system. It's sitting in the back. I actually wanted to use it for retrofitting, and I can't wait to do that project. But of course, I gotta wait for things to show before we start turning a retro PC into something more modern. Not great. One of my, oh no, not at this time. That is terrible. Is it DDR4, DDR5? I avoid the 13th and 14th gen. Oh, really? Wow, you must really not like it. You know, I gotta say, on Battlefield 6, when we were playing it, I was me and my buddy, we were on Battlefield 6, and we were having issues with the new update, and it was back like probably roughly about 2 months ago. Mine's kept hard freezing. And then he was monitoring his, and he has Intel Lake refresh. He has the 14, I think he has the 14900K. Maybe 14900K or maybe he has a 14700. But either way, it was reaching really high temperatures of up to 95 degrees. And he said he updated his BIOS and everything. Hopefully it's okay. But after I updated Battlefield 6, I kind of tried to replicate the issue personally with my PC to see if it would end up freezing, hard freezing, because it did it twice. So I know it was certainly getting hot. But it seems like the issue's fixed. I have to ask him if his Battlefield 6 is working on his end. So I'm not 100%. No, I haven't seen any cheating really. Not on Battlefield 6. Luckily, it's been very minimal, I gotta say. So you know I am on TPM on Linux. I just shut off Secure Boot, but still have it set for custom OS. Yeah. I avoid ASRock motherboards like the plague with the X3D CPUs. Honestly, I think it's a bit rough. They do get a bit of a bad rep. I honestly feel bad for them because I believe it's more than just their motherboard. I truly believe that it's more the microcode when it comes to AMD, because it's like it's truly about the timing on there. It's the microcodes inside of the processor. I truly believe that, because even if the voltage is just a bit off, it's very easy for it to burn. So I truly believe it's not just ASRock. ASUS also ran into the issues. There was a recent case of a gigabyte board actually cooking a processor too, and I think this was actually a 79 was that 7950X3D? I think it was a 7950X3D that ended up cooking on a gigabyte board. So that certainly has to be some fixes, especially when it comes to the microcode. I believe with AMD, and that's why if you notice that they've been like updating pretty consistently, especially in 2026. And I gotta say, 2026 has truly been a rough year for everybody in the PC world. You have burning AMD processors. You have insane pricing when it comes to RAM, and also when it comes to storage. Uh, Hoping that the ASRock R9700, the R9700s fare better than their motherboards. I'm sure it will. I should really run my ASRock board more hard, but I'm pretty sure. Oh, really? That's right. Hey, MSI Carbons, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. New secure boot certificates updates is how Microsoft will be. And the best part is that the code's going to be written by AI, right, guys? We can always trust AI to update our Microsoft systems. It's the best it's ever been. Don't worry. Safe to say that every tune doesn't work across the yes. Ugh, I feel so bad for everybody that ends up updating their Windows, and then they get hit with that wonderful blue screen of hardware, some sort of weird hardware issues. There was all sorts of issues when Microsoft came to updating their PCs as of late, as there was no option in order for you to actually restart your PC. It was just shut down the update, which was a really weird issue that they had at one time. Yes. Yeah, that hey, Microsoft said, hey, let's they already cut like some of the team. What was it? Back in October, I think it was. They started to cut like some of their team that was actually helping with the security updates. Nonstop issues. I know. It's just Windows 11 has been like worse than ever. Oh, so the GTA 6 controversy. That has to do more about the pricing. Now it's $80 for the pricing. And also, on top of it, the true controversy, I have to say, is more or so that it does not come with a physical game. GTA 6, it now does, if you purchase it, whether it's the $80 version or the $100 version, it will not come with the game. So you will just open up the box and pretty much get a code. So be waiting out there just for pretty much box artwork if you're waiting for a physical copy of GTA 6. So it's really truly pointless if you think about it. But are there people going to be willing to pay for a GTA 6 art box? I'm sure there is. You're going to have some fanatics out there. But check Craigslist for ECC. That's a good point. That would be a good way to look for it. I just watched a trailer, saw it was coming out from like a year. You watch trailer 2. I hope is it trailer 2, do you know? Unreal, because now you got me about to look for a trailer 3 if it exists. Now you got me paranoid that I'm missing something. I'm missing the trailer. Then we can watch it together, guys. Is there? You're talking about trailer 2, right? There was no, because there was no gameplay just quite yet. If so, any more Linux is very similar updates process to Windows unless you are curious. You really need CLI. I don't even know why they just call them consoles anymore. Just a chunky PC. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I thought we were missing trailer 3. I was like, oh man, now they dropped it. They dropped it now. But they're confident though. That just shows you the confidence Rockstar has. It's already dropped in a lot of countries. It just hasn't dropped in Americas yet when it comes to pre-ordering the game. And they didn't even show the trailer, which is wild. But people are willing to purchase and not even see the gameplay. So I know someone who wants the GT Gran Turismo 6 box, so it can be a metal. Really? That's interesting. I could see that, but it still had the physical disc though at the time. I feel like what takes away the value is that there's no actual physical disc. I actually still have. I have to look for it though. I still have the GTA 5, but for PC, I have the physical box where you actually had to install it with CD disc. That's how long ago this was. So, less than I thought it was. I thought $100 for standard and 150. Yeah, a lot of people thought that it was going to be $200 for a collector's edition. Take out the PS5 and put it into the mini ATX. There. Yes, exactly. Yeah, you could do that. The last I heard for it, yes, it's $100 for the pre-order. There's a channel that did a PS5. Oh, really? Oh, that's pretty dope. I mean, it's so easy. Like, it's easy to do. And it would run a lot more quiet because technically you have a really small fan trying to output the heat out of that PS5. It's just built for the I hate to say it, the most compact and most cheapest way they can do it. So that way they can be able to sell the console for, because they already sell at a loss as it is. So for them to be able to sell it at a even more of a loss, if they made it like even better when it came to the actual casing, then uh, it would be great for the system. It would be very unique. At least it would actually be silent for once. Because if anyone notices, like their PS5 or PS4, like when you turned it on, it was just like a jet engine. So I just retired my 980 Ti this year when they pulled the driver support. I know it's a shame. I heard that the next year that they'll be killing off. Really? The 2080, so they will be killing that off. That's actually pretty insane. I didn't think they would do that so quick. It doesn't even seem that long ago, but I guess next year would make it about what, 7 years old, right? So I guess it is damn. It just shows you how quick it is, like when it comes to GPU life cycles. Um, and back just to give you guys an idea, so PS5, Xbox Series X, and for the game GTA 6 to be able to run them on them smoothly, the GPU equivalent to that, PC wise, is a 6800 XT, roughly about 6800 XT. So that's both on the Xbox Series X and PS5. The PS5 Pro is a bit better. It runs more closer to like I'd say like a 7600, I believe, 7600 XT. But that is like the equivalent of GPU for that game to actually run. So for them to max it out onto a console such as that, they will be fulfilling. They will be fulfilling everything in that console to be able to run that game, to optimize it perfect. Because they will have two different options for it. It will run perfectly fine on a base PS5. It'll run perfectly fine on Xbox Series S. It's just the biggest concern would be obviously the storage. We have no idea how much of an open world game is. There's already rumors that it can take about like 35 to 40 minutes to go from the bottom to the top of the map. But again, these are rumors. We don't know how true that is. Yeah, absolutely not great news. I love, yeah, it makes me think automatically of my Ventus, my MSI Ventus. But anyway, that's the biggest concern, is more storage, I feel. The game will work regardless because it is optimized for a console. Now they will have two different modes. They will have performance, and they will also have a quality mode. Now, the PS5 version does have a enhanced version, which I was just showing everybody a bit earlier here. If you look onto the PlayStation page, they have PS5 Pro Enhanced. And so it's just going to be a bit better. It's going to be able to handle quality, of course, much better than a base PS5 because of thanks to PSSR. Of course, it's going to have some extra features on the PlayStation version. It will have the haptic feedback. It will use the adaptive triggers. It will also take advantage of the speaker output that it has on the DualSense controller. So these are the advantages that it will have on the PlayStation compared to Xbox. Also, as I mentioned a bit earlier, PlayStation did try to attempt to have GTA 6 to premiere first on PlayStation, but they didn't want to pay for those exclusivity rights for that month because they felt it was too expensive. But they obviously paid something in order for them to take advantage of some of these deals. Another thing I do have to say, if you don't know, is that GTA 6 does not come with online. Similarly, just like Martin brought up, that online wasn't available for GTA 5 until roughly about 3 weeks later. He believes more than likely that could be possibly the case as well. More than likely, I think it will, or even actually until the next console, the next generation, or when it releases on PC, it might not be available then. The reason being is because you can just imagine how much problems it would cause, especially on PlayStation servers or on Microsoft servers. So if that does happen, if they did really end up releasing online, it would just be chaos. No one would be able to get on it. So if I was an open world gamer, I would be hyped up, but I don't care for open world games. Makes sense? Yes. Uh, yeah. You know what I have to say about the Ventus. So I tell you this right now. I buy the a Steam machine over to Xbox or a PS5. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Yeah, you might get a few enraged people like, oh, how dare you? It's funny how sensitive some people get. So anyway, GTA 6 for a PC is what I'm waiting on, but that's far away. Yes, that's going to be a little while. We'll have to wait till the next year. And more than likely, we'll probably see it evolve, have it come out then in 2027. It's usually a year. That's what happened with GTA 5 at least. And then also, hopefully, the whole memory and the storage pricing ends up getting fixed then, because of course that's one of the larger issues that we certainly do have in today's world. Of course, we've seen the price drop of Nvidia. So that's a nice indicator, seeing that more than likely maybe the support for AI is slowly starting to wean off. But also there's a lot of different variables too when it comes to the stock market. It could be just because of the rates, and it could be because of the it could also be because it's almost pretty much earning seasons as well. So again, we would have to wait like roughly about like a week or two to truly tell to see if this drop continues. If it does, it's a very positive sign, especially if Nvidia continues to drop uh under $199, because again that is its resistance level, and if it breaks through that, it'll eventually break down, and that's an indicator to say that they're starting to get pretty much tired of AI. So I just got my 9070 XT, so I hope it's a good investment. Yeah, it's been great. It's a great card. Have you got to be able to truly try it out? Um, I'd be upgrading from a 3070. Oh yeah, that's nice. From a 3070, you'll see quite a difference. I'm thinking it's going to look like Dying Light. Yeah, I think so. You know what's funny? They're already comparing it to games like Last of Us, of how the game actually looks. And if you see it, some people are complaining that it's not as detailed, but this game certainly is detailed for what it is. Especially it is open world, so this is a lot of information, pretty much going uh, into your console. So it's going to be a large game. It's got to be pretty close to, I would think, like closer to like probably Modern Warfare type of size. Because if you guys know, it's no what goes Pack Gaming. Thank you for subscribing. Um, so if you guys already know, Modern Warfare takes up quite a bit of space. If you have everything installed with it, it's like 500 gigabytes. So I would imagine if I give them a benefit of doubt, I would say maybe if this game is as massive with the expansion packs, I'm seeing it like at probably like 250, 250 easy. So, and for the 580 seems like a steal, too good to be true. I have a 9070 XT in my front room computer. It's awesome. I haven't got to try it out, white build and parts of it. Yeah, it sucks. It's tough to get everything that you want. I thought about that too with this upcoming build, because I don't want it to look crazy. I think it's gonna be bigger, man. I think it's gonna be like 250, because it's easy to get games that are like 160, 200. Yeah, maybe 200. I can see 200, 200, 250. So yeah, my living room casual gaming machine is 2080. I really hope they don't kill it off. though I run Cache OS on it, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, at that point, the storage will cost more. I know. Hey, you got if you guys are interested in storage, that it is Amazon Prime Day, so it's a good time to get some storage. Let's see. I'm curious if there's any other deals that I missed. I'm just gonna look some up. How? See, this is what bothers me, guys. How is the 990 Pro more than the 9100 Pro? Help me make sense of that. It's literally 20 like $20 more, $30 more. This is the pricing is still lost. It's just way too volatile to know what the pricing is. So you can get a Samsung, wonderful Samsung 990. I wouldn't pay $370 for it. I would definitely much rather go for the 9100s. And they also got the 1 terabyte for 206. It's crazy how they make that seem like it's a deal. SN7100 2 terabyte 289. God, that's not terrible, but I definitely recommended this, the Acer Predator GM7. You can get this for 246 at least, so that's a decent deal if you're wanting to build a PC or expand your storage. Lately has the AIO I'm looking for at the Hydro Shift 2 curved, but I think it's like $350. It should be cheaper, right? The Hydro Shift 2 curved. Oh, are you talking about the curved? Let me see. I know which one you're talking about. Are you talking about the one with the curved screen? Because we have the Hydro Shift 2, but specifically we have the LCD-S. We have LCD curve, right? That's the new one that just recently came out, I believe. This one, Hydro Shift 2 curved. Yeah, $320 right now. So this isn't even on sale. This computer has the clev. Oh no! How's it running, by the way? But I heard good things. I've always heard good things. Hidden told me it's actually a decent M.2 drive. Yep, like my TUI XAIO. Yeah, so this one, right? This is pretty dope though. Fortunately, it's not on sale. It is a bit hefty of a price though to pay. But I think it is a nice AIO. Like just imagine you can actually set up different screens, which is pretty unique. You can do dual split or triple split. You can even play your games off of this. Just imagine you play some Counter-Strike 2 on this. And it's motorized. That's pretty dope. Really good. So check out this MSI demo, the R900 Mastro case. Yeah, I know. What? You know why? Because recently brands have been having issues, and it's certainly sad. A lot of these great brands that we certainly love, MSI, Asus, Gigabyte, they're all struggling right now. They're seeing like 50% reduction in purchases when it comes to PC builds. People are just not spending like what they used to. That's probably one of the reasons they stopped development. But I believe that once things become normal again, once it becomes to a point where people can actually build PCs once again, I wouldn't be surprised if they bring it back. So there's always hope. I hope it comes back. Moved to adjust the GPU and RAM. I just yesterday went over 2 terabytes on my 4 terabyte. Yeah, it sucks when you start to see that, because then you start to realize like, I'm actually gonna have to end up recovering some of my space back. So you can't spend because it's so hard to compete and build with RAM and storage being so, and that's the difficult part. In fact, that's one of the builds I actually mentioned here. Actually, I'll share it with you guys too. Which is this. It's a kit, a very good kit. It's actually decently dealed by Newegg as well. And if you take a look, I'll show you guys real quick. Here it is. $430 for this kit. It's ice, so it's a white build. It comes with a 990 Pro, and it comes with the processor. So that 990 Pro 990 Pro SSD was priced at $370, and that's for the 2 terabyte version. So this one is going to be probably closer to that 200 mark, which we saw. So it's like 200 bucks. You're getting this processor for a decent deal because it's a 9600X. So it's 6 cores, 12 threads. So it's a decent enough processor, especially for those who are looking to game. And it comes with a very decent motherboard. The Aorus Elite is a great motherboard to go with on a PC build like this. It does have the 2.5 gigabit connection, USB-C, Wi-Fi 7. It's a great modern board, and again, the life of AM5 is going to last till 2029. So the platform itself is worth it just to keep until then. And hopefully, we see much more of a reduction when it comes to pricing. When it comes to SSDs and RAM once again, because that's certainly one of the hardest things to get now. The 990 Pro, be sure to install. Yes, that is true. I'm glad you brought that up, Steve. Make sure to install Samsung's Magician Wizard. So, what speed is too slow on an M.2? Honestly, nothing. Not really. Only one I can say is if you grab a SATA SSD, then it will run slow. A SATA, they'll have one just like the M.2 style, but avoid those. But technically, they're still fast enough to be able to handle the task. Technically, even PCI Express 3 is good. So if you get PCI Express 3 to 5, honestly, most people wouldn't truly notice the difference, especially when you're gaming. But you'll notice a difference if you constantly move files. If you do, then yes, you'll notice that there's going to be quite a reduction in transfer speeds. So I just put a sticker over my AIO because it isn't one of the fancy ones that I can put whatever. That's frustrating too when you have one of those AIOs where you can customize a GIF or put a JPEG or something that you would like. I got a 5080 in my new build. It's a good card, but the price and performance for the 9070 XT, absolutely. Absolutely. 9070 XT is definitely the best price to performance, especially if you want to go SteamOS. It's a great option. If you go 5080, it's a great card, but you have to be on Windows too. I have a 990 Pro and a 980 Pro, both 2 terabytes. I still use my 980 Pro too. Actually, in this build, I use my 980, but it's more of a backup drive now. I actually run a next storage drive, which we haven't seen in a while. It kind of makes me want to look it up to see how much they are. These next storage drives are actually really good. They come from Japan. I'll show you next storage. Let's see if they still have them. Man, they probably don't even have them no more. Next storage. Yeah. Man, that sucks. Let me see if I can find it. They have, this is their website right here. But these are actually excellent NVMEs. But they're probably super expensive now. I don't know if you can even get your hands on this now in the US. Deals are also hard when you need an M.ATX motherboard for the case I have. Yes, it can be a pain. You know, I gotta say that ASRock build was really interesting because actually I had to throw one extra stand for it to actually, for the Wi-Fi itself. I have a 5090 on my primary build, but on my 9070 XT for my secondary machine I'm building now, sadly my monitor is 4K 240, and my 90, yes. Unfortunately, it will struggle with that, but but you can always change up the resolution too. That's the nice thing about these newer monitors. You do have options of changing out screen resolutions. And with pretty much a lot of these wonderful OLED monitors, you have those options of going back to HD or you can go back to 4K. But I am really curious. I'm just going to look on Amazon real quick to see if we can find this. Let's see if we can find one. It's probably going to be way expensive now. They even had it for PS5. There you go. 1 terabyte. Let me see. They don't even tell you the size for this. This isn't even it. Wow. Yeah, I guess they don't sell it on this market anymore. They don't sell it in the U.S. market at least anymore, but they were good. They still have some of their flash drives here. They still have the SD drives, not flash drives. Now I'm going back again. Um, but yeah, I wonder if they're suffering because they're unable to obtain. They must be suffering too. That sucks because that was a good company too. That was actually a really decent company. Um, Now, if you go for M.2 2230, Sabrent has one. I think they're decent. Now, if you were to go to this size, 350. There's no way I'm paying 350 for that. That is insane. I got a Crucial 705 4 terabyte 5th gen. It's also great. Yeah, that's a you bought it at probably a decent price at the time. Yeah, 13 at the time it went at I think 14,000, right? Megabytes per second for the one that you got. They also had the 710. I think that was the newest one, and then from there they stopped producing it. Does Linux still have issues when it comes to gaming? Like, not. What year did you game on Linux? Just a quick question. But to answer, if you've played prior Proton, it's much more improved then. After Proton, it's like it's just amazing. It's truly amazing. It's improved tenfold. You can play a ton of games. The only games that you can play are anti-cheat games. Anti-cheat games are the only ones that you can't play, unfortunately. But most games are compatible with Linux. So definitely a great option to go. If you're thinking of, you can even dual boot to see how you like it, because you would be surprised just how well a lot of these games actually play on Linux now. And it's definitely like a preference thing, because even on my handhelds, I definitely prefer going on Linux much more than using a portable Windows device. And I'm still actually in the process of doing that. I haven't had a chance, but I'm trying to put now I'm switching over from Bazzlight over to Steam OS 3.8 to see how that's going to be on the Xbox Ally X. So I paid $461. That was insane to me. It's more insane now, I know. I'm thinking about back then, like when we sold the 64 gigabytes of RAM for $500, and we thought that was crazy. Now it's 10 times worse. You're lucky to get it at $1,000 if you're able to get at some decent latency. Soon my 70, yes. It should be available now actually. Like I believe that they came out with the update, what was it? 2 days ago. I think 2 days ago or yesterday. It should be, let me see it. Let me see if I can pull up that update. In fact, I'll pull it up for you. And I'll share it with you guys, so you guys can definitely take a look at this. But it is available. Let me see. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick, because I posted it the other day, but maybe it's not. Here we go. AMD software 26.62. That's it. But this is it. And I'll share it with you. And that's it. And I'll show you the release notes real quick. So AMD FSR 4.1, support for AMD Radeon RX 7000 series graphics cards. And now it supports up to Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. And Doom the Dark Ages Revelations, the new install. So they have certain issues they still have issues with. That's one thing that bothers me. They still have issues with Battlefield 6 when it comes to some of these AMD cards. Now this one's specifically going to be on the HX 370, which is more of the laptop SoC. Then it has texture flickering or corruption may be appear when playing Battlefield 6 with AMD record and stream. Okay, so mostly Battlefield 6. If you're a Battlefield 6 guy, it might be a little bit different. So those are some of the issues that they feature. Now the update driver is actually right down here. It might be a while before. Oh, okay, that's right. If you're trying to do it on Linux, they do have that. They technically have ones that can even go in AMD's RX 6000 series, um, but those are but they're not perfect. I usually don't really recommend them anyway, but I'll transfer over sometime soon. Just give it 2 weeks or so. You should see it then. I wouldn't be surprised if it even comes out before then. But as of now, it's Windows based. I'm pretty sure we'll see it on Linux very soon. Um, but yeah, that was actually a great point that you brought up. So if you have a RX 7000 series, just to let you guys know, you can certainly upgrade and take advantage of FSR 4.1. So FanMem, guys, yeah, you don't want to break your machine. FanMem, guys, if you're curious about all the AMD, not AMD, if you're curious about all the Amazon Prime deals, I do have them available. Make sure to check out the video. I will link you to the video so that way you guys can check it out. And I have all the deals available. If you don't want to watch the video, I get it. I know it can be time consuming, so you can just check out the description box down below if you want to check out any of those deals. So I do certainly appreciate everyone that's come into the stream. Thank you, Hidden Bull. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Dark Style. Thank you, Steve. Also, thank you, Tunnel. Also thank /builds for always coming in as well. Friendona, WRX, I thank Wasabi for stopping by. I gotta thank Unreal Champ for giving a quick shout out. And Santo, I certainly do appreciate you guys for all coming into the wonderful stream. Make sure to tune in on a Saturday. I will be that day. I'm going to be exclusively streaming on. I'll probably be trying to go on both, but I'll be mostly on YouTube, and I will also be on Twitch as well, as you guys know. So, FanMem, guys, I certainly appreciate all of you for. Oh, sorry, Tinfoil. I apologize. You missed it. Make sure to catch the replay. Yeah, we just like to make you work. I know you guys do. Thank you guys so much for coming in, FanBam, and make sure to tune in this weekend for this upcoming Micro Center stream. Thanks so much for coming in once again, and have a wonderful night and have a safe week.